All right, welcome back, everybody. Earlier on, I went to the Warren report, read this Balmamusa dead thing, talk about how they've shown up in legions at Balmamusa, which happens to be where I'm standing. So I'm gonna leave Balmamusa and come right back, and that should spawn a battle. Ta-da! Fun, huh? So this is the first of 3 battles we gotta do. This is Balmamusa. You can see this is the one Sybil I've already recruited in the neutral playthrough.
Who could have done this?
Unfortunately, in this version, she gets...
Sleep sores, embrace the waiting everworld.
She tries to exercise them, but just like Donalto at the beginning of the game, they have to be knocked out in order for you to excise them.
This does not go well. I cannot deliver them all to rest.
Also, they kind of give you this idea that she's been doing this for a while, and now she's weak.
Are you all right?
You've saved me.
Flee while you can.
May the protection of the Father be with you.
Yeah, right as she was about to escape, she gets cut down.
No! Blast! You'd only run
Which, of course, is hilarious because... well, it's not hilarious, it's not funny. But what I mean is, in this level, you'll have 3 of her turns to revive her. And if you don't, then she dies, okay? And if she dies, you don't get to continue with the side quest. But just bear with me when I'm talking about this. So you get 3 rounds to revive her. Once you revive her, she will teleport out of this mission. However, when we get to the end of the mission, it feels like it doesn't ultimately matter because she's not recruitable in this iteration. She's not recruitable. So she's recruitable, as you may remember, during the neutral playthrough. I don't remember why that is. But because you didn't recruit her, I think, in Chapter 3, as part of the neutral playthrough, you run into her now, and she unfortunately succumbs to her wounds even after you revive her. Some of that has to do with the fact that you're meeting her in a different area. Obviously, this is not the other city we meet her and her brother Devold in. But that, of course, means that because she's separated from her brother Devold, you'll be fighting Devold in the next mission. Excuse me. So when I do these undead missions, I like to bring in, well, some of this is a some of this is a callback to Palace of the Dead for me, but I like to bring in 3 people who can excise. One is Kashua. Because she has that holy water ability. So if you get multiple enemies falling in close proximity to each other, you can use that skill, which is doesn't count as her attack, to excise enemies. Okay. So say you knock out, say, this skeleton. And on the other end of Gildis is another enemy that's knocked out, okay? And you put the holy water icon center of the holy icon, holy water plus over top of him, it'll excise any stilled, what they call stilled enemies. Now, on the other hand, I keep with the with Donalto and the shit, the Necromancer that is diagonal north from him. They have the ability to excise. In the case of a Necromancer, it's not called excise; it's called banish. And they work the same way. If any enemy on the board is stilled or down, if you will, you can use either excise or banish to remove their corpse from the board. And by doing so, you don't have to worry about them reviving after 3 turns. So, here's an example. I'm going to come up here. We're going to use Banish on him, who hasn't woken up yet, because he started out downed. And now I don't have to worry about him. And the same thing with Donalto. Luckily I have, on Donalto, I have some sort of flying boots, fairy ring, whatever it's called. So he's going to go from this low area down here at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to put him up somewhere around where the barrel is, probably on our side of the wall, because I don't think he's going to make it distance-wise. I don't think he can move all the way past where the barrel is. But that should still give me enough reach with excise or exorcism to reach one of the other stilled enemies. That Hydra that's up there, I should be able to... Yep. So I send him out way. So I just took care of 2 enemies that could come back to life after a couple turns. And then we'll try to take out these guys over here and send them off to the Netherworld as well. And then that Berserker below, I'll eventually either exorcise him or banish him from the game. So as you may know, or you may have been paying attention, if I knock all of the undead enemies out and they still all have counters and none of them have revived yet, the mission will end because you defeated all the enemies. Even though they're not officially dead, gone yet, the game counts it as them all being dead or downed, and it ends the mission there. I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to do, what is supposed to happen. I guess, Donalto just fucking starts, whips, reaches into his pocket and starts spreading holy water all over the earth. But So one of the things in this battle, and then there'll be a mission coming up here in probably an episode or two. I don't really know whether this necessarily will appear. Depends on if I accidentally run into a battle that I didn't think was coming. But to make sort of a long story short, when you have a mission like this where you have 3 rounds, 3 turns, whatever you want to call it, to revive a character, it's best to sort of press into the enemy and secure the area before reviving the character. Because you don't want to revive a character, or it doesn't really matter, she teleports out of the mission. But if she were to stay in this mission, she would have only the 1 life available to her before she would, if she got hit again and downed again, it would count as an official death and she'd be dead. Like, officially removed from the storyline dead. But sort of what I'm trying to get at is the best thing you can do is press into the enemies, eliminate the threats around the guy or person you're trying to revive, and then once the area is secure, then revive them.
I would aid you in return.
Because if you don't,
To mend yourself first. That'll be best done elsewhere. Go, quickly.
so she teleports out and supposedly mends herself, but at the end of this mission, you're going to find out that her wounds were too grievous, and so she will die off screen. I mean, it'll be on camera for our recording purposes, but off screen for, you know, like, you don't really know what, you know, she got slashed. But how many times have I been slashed by a weapon in this game and been able to heal it? And yet she gets hit by a weapon before she teleports out. I revive her, but that's not, magically speaking, that's not good enough for her to keep living. So I'm gonna try to kill off this Dark Knight so I'll have 3 guys lined up in a row for Kashua to dispel all at the same time, or exercise at the same time. Bye. Eat a dick. That's 3 in a row. I just have to wait the, what, 6 more turns for Kashua. Be a dick. Looks like there's 3 more guys left on this board, with one of them insisting on dying immediately. So we're gonna start trying to push some of our characters up towards that skeleton so we can surround them and hopefully end this sooner rather than later. Otherwise there's gonna be a lot of turns of me moving my guys, not doing any damage. Because they're down here and he's up there.
unusual for zombies to attack en masse like this. Perhaps the woman we saved knows something. We can ask her while we tend to her wounds.
Yes, unfortunately. Like I said, she's not really gonna be of much help to me. I well, keep saying unfortunately. Because she's not scheduled to join your party in this run.
I came here with my companions to treat and heal those caught up in this war. The attack came without warning. The zombies, they moved like a troop of living men. It was an organized attack.
You believe this was not a chance event, but a willful act? Someone sent those zombies on the town.
I fear so. But who would put the dead to such...
Steady.
I fear that the respite from death you have given me is but temporary. The zombies move to attack Almorica. Please, you must protect the people there. Give the dead their deserved rest.
I promise we'll do all we can.
We'll talk about her more in the next episode.
I go to my maker.